What seemed to have begun in 1983 when residents of Kent, New York saw an enormous object in the sky in a triangular shape.
Whatever it is, it's very, very bright.
The sightings continued until about March 1989.
The flying object seemed especially attached to the East Coast.
We're talking about an area that stretches from Manhattan out to Long Island, all the way up to Massachusetts, to Pennsylvania, coming around to New York City again. This was the stomping ground of the Hudson Valley UFO.
Well, there goes that neighborhood.
What people reported was an object that had green lights, red lights, white lights, amber lights, multicolored lights on it. The front of the lights sort of looked like a boomerang shape. These lights were attached to a rigid structure. As I began to talk to people who were such good witnesses.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The seventh? No, there's 8. They're heading south-southwest.
Police officers, pilots, scientists. I left saying, how could you question what they saw?
Phil Imbrogno's investigation took him to the outskirts of New York City, and as he was driving home one night with a colleague to Greenwich, Connecticut, the investigator became an eyewitness.
It was about 1:30 in the morning, and I was driving down Route 9 south. All of a sudden, we see a series of flashing lights up in the sky, and I said, is that airplanes? He goes, it's not planes. He goes, that's it! There was this half circle of brilliant white lights. It was up there maybe 1,000, 1,500 feet, I'm not sure, but it was enormous. And then it just vanished. Poof. And I can tell you right now that it's something that I have never seen before.
So was it really a UFO playing hide and seek? Or could it have been some hoaxers playing an elaborate trick on the UFO watchers on the ground?
Here's a case in which it's very likely that the lights being seen by people on the ground were a group of private aircraft flying lights on, lights off, on purpose to make people on the ground think of them as a flying saucer or a fleet of saucers. People see lights in the sky, either separate lights, separate satellites, separate aircraft, and because of what their mind expects to see, wraps structures around that, even down to the rivets on some fuselages. It's a process of seeing with your brain and seeing with the brain's memories, not seeing with your eyes.
As for the investigator turned eyewitness, he does not believe the joke was on him.
We took that video and looked at it, and there was no way that that could be a number of planes in formation. If you have a number of planes in formation, it would make a heck of a racket. Many of the skeptics who put down UFOs never had encounters themselves. If they did, they would be convinced of the reality of the phenomena.